Hello everyone. My name is Khoa. I'm from Carnegie Mellon University. Today I would like to present our recent work named Temporal Non-Volume Preserving Approach to Facial Age Regression and Age-Invariant Face Recognition. This work has been done by Duong, Quach, myself, Lu, He, and my Savvides. As you know, the face aging can be divided to sub-problems. In the first problem, given one input face image, we want to see how the on face of the image look like. The second problem is more interesting thing, like we want to see how the future face of the subject look like. This problem people call the age regressions. So why we care about the face aging problem? This problem become more interesting and important in the finding missing children. In these problems, the children usually missing at a very young age, and when they were found, they get old, and we want to verify who they are. The second application also very interesting in face recognition. In this application, we have several images of the same subject collected at the very different age. So we need to do face aging to improve the face matching score in this case. Motivation of the work. So one of the first family of the face aging modeling approach called conventional methods. They use the linear parametric model to model the face. Particularly, active appearance models is one of the first methods and common methods they were used. In these methods, the shape and the texture were modeled by using the principal common analysis. However, because of the limitation of the linear model, they cannot modeling the very complicated facial aging variations. The second family approach, deep learning based. In this method, they use the nonlinear model to represent the face structure. However, it's still limited in reconstruction because they use the fixed loss objective function to represent. Therefore, they still limited in the generating the aging details. The third approach, probabilistic graphical model. They use nonlinear models, log likelihood in the objective function to give the good reconstruction. However, this family intractable and it's hard to use. Therefore, in this work, we propose the new methods that can do nonlinear model to present the face. It have the log likelihood objective function for the better reconstruction. It's tractable, and finally, it can have the nonlinear feature extraction by using ResNet or any deep learning-based models. Here, the general picture of our proposed methods. We will detail in a couple of slides. About the contribution of the work. First of all, this method requires very simple reprocessing. We simply use 4 landmarking points, 2 eye and 2 mouth points. We don't use any pole estimation, then correspondence, expression normalization, or masking the background, the face out. Secondly, instead of using the L2 norm for reconstruction, we propose to use the log likelihood loss function to give the better image synthesize. Third, these methods propose tractable methods using the log likelihood density estimation. Finally, it's highly nonlinear feature generation by using the deep residual network. So how the methods work? The main idea, we want to find the relationship of the aging from the 2 age groups of the same subject. This process actually very complicated and hard to model. And also, it's very hard if we want to do to model directly, like 2 age groups far away. Naturally, the aging process happens year by year and step by step. Therefore, we can decompose the aging process into subgroups. In each group, we try to model relationship of 2 neighbor aging groups. Like in this example, we want to model the aging group in IT-1 and IT. So the first step, we will project the image I into the latent space Z by using the mapping function F. And then the relationship between 2 latent space, ZT-1 and ZT, will be modeled by the function Z. And the request for the model design has to be tractable, exact inference, and efficient in modeling. The mapping function f then can be divided into mapping unit, and in mapping unit have the structure as shown in this slide. The mapping unit f get input x and return output y. And this had a formulation as shown in the slide. Here we have B is the binary mask. S and T are the scale and translation of the model. This function has special property when we take the derivative of function f respect to x or the Jacobian matrix. It will have the triangular form. Therefore, it's tractable and can be efficiently computed. Also, it does not require the computer Jacobian of S and T, the scale and translation. And we can use redness-style CNN layer to model this. Next step, we want to model the aging relationship between two latent space. In order to do that, we can calculate ZT by function h, and h can be divided into function g and f2. Then the probability density function, btx, can be computed by bzt, and the determinant of derivative f2 with respect to xt. And then we maximize the log likelihood of btx, and we find the optimal parameter set theta 1, 2, and 3 for the model. Experimental result. In this paper, we use two training data sets, the aging phase in the white, AGFW, collected by our team in 2016. The second database, Cross-Age Celebrity Dataset, collected by Chen et al. In 2014. And we test on two databases, FGNet, the small-scale dataset for phase aging, and the MORPH dataset, collected in 2006. Here examples for the age regression result using our methods. The first column in each figure are the input phase image at some particular age group, and then we do age regressions. Here another example to compare our age regression result with previous work. The first column, the input images. The second column are the age regression result using our approach. The third and the fourth is the previous approach. And the last column are the real phase for the route root. Here we another comparison for the aging result using our approach with the route root. We also benchmark our age regression on the phase verification problems. We use the small-scale protocol FGNet database for this experiment. In this experiment, we have positive pair with 226 pairs and collect another 226 negative pairs. In each pairs, we have two images, maybe the same subject if they are on the positive pairs, and negative subject, different subject if they are in the negative pairs. So we take the phase with smaller age, we will do regression to the older one, and then we do matching. So you can see the figure on the right-hand side, the RC curve after we do phase matching by using the center loss approach. So you see, without using the aging component, we have the curve in red colors. And if we use the phase aging component to support the phase recognition by using our methods, then we have the green colors. You can see some improvement in the phase matching. We also do phase verification on large-scale phase dataset on Megaface protocol number 1. And the figure on the left-hand side and the right-hand side show with the support using our phase aging component for matching. We have the red curve, it gives better result than the green one, which you do matching without using any age regressions. Finally, I would like to thank you very much for your attention, and if you have any question, you can ask or meet me at the poster number 5.
Any questions from the audience? So So you mentioned your method does not require much pre-processing, right?
Yeah, we need pre-processing for a live phase, but just for landmarking points, like 2 eyes and 2 mouths.
Did you have any quantitative evaluation of the effect of your proposed pre-processing? Like intuitively, if there is large head pose variation in the input image, maybe there could be some benefit of doing some.
So from my experience, most of the phase aging methods is usually require 68 landmarking points, and they do very careful for alignments. Like you can see here in the top right corners. Like previous work, usually they have to remove the background because of the way they model the face. They don't allow the background information. It will affect to the face structures. However, in this model, like similar to GAN, we can make it free and allow the background information to modeling the face. Did I answer your question?
Like, can it handle, for example, large head pose variations if the input image is in a very extreme head pose?
Oh, yeah, okay. Extreme head pose, for this, we just try to take the FGNet. In FGNet database also have some pose, but extreme edge pose, like profile, something like that, we haven't tried yet.
I see. Any other questions? And your model consists of small blocks of aging groups, right? Like,
yeah, we divide into aging group.
And the parameters are learned separately for each block?
The parameters?
Parameters of the aging model is learned separately for each aging step? Or are there anything shared among these aging blocks?
Sorry, I don't get the question.
Like during training,
right?
Are there anything shared among these aging steps?
So in this work, we didn't decide to share the weight. Yeah,
I see. Any other questions from the audience? If there is no more question, yes. Microphone.
Can you comment on whether your work proves that phase aging is deterministic, and how, regarding time, can you also show that speed of aging is deterministic?
So because it's end-to-end and it's in the end of the day, it's just like one deep network runs. So it's quite fast in the computational times. Benchmarking in some particular statistical number for the computational, we haven't completed in this paper yet. But just like any other, I think the computational time just similar to GAN.
I'm afraid that doesn't answer my question. Of course, I wonder whether you can really predict how a phase develops over time, considering life circumstances, and whether life aging progress is fast, or people are looking after their health and they don't progress in the aging as fast.
So, are you talking like the real-time application then?
No, not at all.
Maybe you can take it offline.
Yeah, we may discuss it at the poster.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, then let's thank the speaker again.